This is ages ago. Yeah, on behalf of the Turkish government, he censored opposition during the elections.
The Turkish government asked Twitter to censor its opponents' rights before an election, and Elon Musk complied. To generate some interesting Twitter files reporting. Did your brain fall out of your head?
Streaming game, right? No one else has all these cameras. You know, everyone just streams exactly the same way. They're so boring. You need some real go-getters from another app to come in and shake it up. Anyway, I thought this was an interesting article. It's from quite a while ago, but it's interesting given the context today of what's happening. So Elon Musk is in a fight with Brazil. Essentially, Brazil has like municipal elections coming up, and Elon Musk is obviously like a very partisan political figure. I would say he's like quite far right, billionaire. Now he has his own social media platform, so he's obviously platforming all these, like, I don't know. People say disinformation. I don't like that word because I think all information is more or less disinformation. Yeah. But he's platforming all these right-wing accounts who lie about a lot of stuff. And so Brazil wanted him to appoint a I guess a legal representative in Brazil. He doesn't want to, but they need a legal representative there so they can like notify them of all the issues, especially leading into an election where chances are X is going to be breaking a million laws. So they need someone there they can negotiate with. He's like, no, we won't do that. So they're like, we're going to shut you down from Brazil. Like, it's a whole back and forth. Yeah. I mean, I just noticed it stopped refreshing, so I was worried that Brazil mentioned come to Brazil.
I would love to go to Brazil.
Yeah, fucking awesome. I've been to Brazil.
Okay.
Technically, I haven't been to any of like the populous areas of Brazil, but
the Amazon.
I did exchange in Colombia, and I was there for like 7 to 8 months, and went to the Amazon for like one of my holidays, and yeah, did a trek and like walked across a little stream into Brazil. Technically, it was the corner.
Technically, that's
illegal border crossing. I was a legal immigrant in Brazil.
Wow.
It was actually so there's like a little triangle where all the borders of Colombia, Brazil, and Peru are. It's just a random kind of.
Do you go into Peru as well?
Random river crossing on the Amazon. Colombia does not equal Brazil. It was Brazil.
He explained why.
Why he explained why it doesn't equal Brazil.
No. You explained why it was Brazil.
I was technically in Brazil. Anyway. So obviously Elon Musk is trying to flex. He wants to operate in Brazil and make all this money with his social media app, but he doesn't want to abide by
their laws.
Local regulations.
Yes.
Which is really funny because he's kicking up a big stink, and he's like, we showed you before. He did all these weird memes of like the head justice in Brazil being like Voldemort, or him being like a Sith Lord, or like he's just a creepy little child. It's so strange. And he's like, I'm going to arrest this judge. He's going to go to jail. America's going to arrest him. But it's really, really funny seeing he doesn't actually care about free speech at all, which is the funniest bit. Because like this time last year, or like May last year, there was an election in Turkey where like a right-wing authoritarian, Erdogan, was running, and Twitter's like, oh yes, sir, we're going to block access to tweets for any of the opposition. He doesn't give a shit about free speech. It's not about free speech. He hates left-wing governments, for one thing, and he loves money. Yeah. And I think Turkey was just, had the right politics and was willing to make him a deal. Brazil...
Yeah. Average student said it's free if you speak what they like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He doesn't give a shit about free speech.
If you post a thing saying, oh, there's a man in the Olympics, he's like, in women's Olympics, he's like, very good free speech. Yeah, very interesting. Very
concerning.
Interesting. But anything else? No. So what did he actually do? He
This is ages ago. Yeah, he on behalf of the Turkish government, he censored opposition during the elections.
The Turkish government asked Twitter to censor its opponents' rights before an election, and Elon Musk complied. To generate some interesting Twitter files reporting. Did your brain fall out of your head?
Iglesias? The choice is have Twitter throttled in its entirety or limit access to some tweets. Which one do you want? Like that. That's hilarious. I love that.
So that's his excuse. He's always blaming bandwidth.
Yeah,
he does that so much when he was doing the telephone
DDoS attack.
Telephone call with Donald Trump. He's like, "Yep, I got DDoSed." It's like, no, you didn't. Shut the.
He's such a loser. Anyway, it's just funny because like I think it's a good comparison to the current situation in Brazil. Only a year apart, and he's like, free speech, free speech. I will fight this till the end. And then, you know, when a right-wing dictator that he likes does it, he's like, oh, yes, sir. Oh, I will completely comply. Even though Brazil isn't asking him to censor anything. They just wanted to have a legal representative in the country. Insane.
Someone just said, relating to what we were talking about before, the CIA put a microphone in a cat. Look up acoustic kitty. It cost the taxpayer $15 million. Feel like this is going to be like poop sock.
This sounds like porn. I'm not doing
Sounds
that.
like porn, yeah.
Show foot cam. Okay, we usually don't do this on request, but you didn't get to see Alex's feet last time.
Well, I got holes in my sock.
Yep, and I got holes in my Crocs. Okay,
that's it.
Okay, yeah. So he's like it's obvious that he, you know, has no consistency, no actual. He doesn't give it about free speech. Like, we already knew that. It's just funny when the examples are that obvious. The one thing I love about his whole like trip to Turkey when he was like sucking up to Erdogan is that Erdogan was like owned him in like the cutest way as well. He shows up for a press conference, and the first thing Erdogan asks him is like, "Oh, where's your family?"
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He's like, "Where's your family?" And he was like quite concerned. He was like quite obvious that this guy's a deadbeat dad. And I just think it's like the most beautiful thing to watch, where you've got a lot of like the far right kind of conservatives in the West are like fake conservatives, which is funny to say because like they're all, but like fake conservatives in the sense that they talk about family values and but they do it as like a culture war thing. They like family values because it signals a certain kind of politics.
Yes.
But they don't actually care about their families.
No.
Which is a funny thing.
They hate their families, which is why they like the family values that say, my wife usually looks after the kids and does everything.
And I do whatever I want.
And I do whatever I want. And it's like, they're all TikTok trad wives on their own ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like the kind of family values they have is very facing. And it's like, he obviously doesn't give a shit about family. His children hate him. Like he's not there. He's not present. And when you get a guy like Erdogan, who is a conservative as well, but he's like an old world conservative. He's like Eastern European, like classic conservative, where his conservatism isn't like a gesture in a culture. His thing is just like, in his mind, it's common sense, you know?
Yeah.
He's just like, my role, I'm a leader, but I'm also a family man. Like, that's the thing. And then when he sees this guy, he's just like, what? Like, he's just legitimately confused.
Yeah. Well, he is a confusing man. He's a crazy guy.
Yeah.
He makes no sense.
It's just funny to make Erdogan look like a reasonable person. It's like the funniest.
It's
comparison.
so obvious that it's like, I'm sure that these family men, like you said, don't care about their family, but they at least kind of pretend to.
Well, it's not a pretend to. I think they don't think about it as like a status thing. You know, they think like, I don't espouse these values because it gives me points. I mean, to an extent, he probably does, but like not on the level that like American conservatives do, because they're like, it's superimposed. It's like a fake conservatism. It's modern kind of you know, capitalists who want to be conservative culturally. Yeah,
no, that is hilarious that he's done exactly what he was talking about. But did you hear that SpaceX or the Starlink, that's not getting pulled?
Not from Brazil.
It's not. Oh. They've managed to do something where it's, like we said before, different companies. So like they're still providing. And a lot of people were saying that what Starlink is used by illegal loggers and other kind of fringe people that, you know, are often, or right-wing people. But I'm sure poor people as well. But poor people, that's the thing is it's like Starlink is advertised as being good for anyone, which it is. It is actually a fantastic service. Like when I've used it, I'm like, it's crazy. You can get internet in the middle of the desert. Yeah. But I don't think it's poor people that are using it because it's still expensive. Yeah. So it's like if you give it to people for free and cartels got to be using it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't care about any of that. I think everyone should have internet access.
Even the cartels.
Yeah.
How are they going to sell Alexa drugs on Telegram?
I need drugs.
He needs drugs.
Anyway, what else we got? Oh, always with the paywall.
Off with the paywall.
I love that traditional media is like, oh, no one reads
I'm so excited to see this ad that we keep on getting. We get the worst ads.
Oh, wait, there's an ad on this page? What do you mean?
No, there was that chair workout.
Oh, wait, is that on this page?
There was a chair workout one somewhere.
Oh,
Look at that one.
No, but he's not going to appear. He's not going to appear.
Oh, I want to see that.